What you're looking at is the HONOR X9c. This is the latest durable phone from HONOR. Let's quickly take a look at the phone information. So the model that we have right here comes with 12 gigs of memory, 156 gigabytes of internal storage. It runs on the same chipset as its predecessor, the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1, but it runs Android 14 out of the box. In addition to this, you can see that the display runs a native resolution of 2700 by 1224. Looking over here, it uses LPDDR4X memory modules as well as UFS storage, which is great because it allows us to get better performance out of our system, especially when you're playing games. One of the cool features that come with Magic OS is its game manager. To access that, go to apps, go to game manager, and from here, you can add or remove your games in case it didn't get detected automatically. Just simply toggle it on and off. Then from here, you can toggle the on-screen sidebar, which you can access by swiping left from the edge of the screen from within one of the supported games. And as you can see, once we launch Genshin Impact, you can access the game manager menu from here. And there are a couple of options that you can toggle, such as do not disturb mode. You can also do a memory cleanup from here. You can also take screenshots, take screen recordings, lock the rotation, etc., etc. But what we are going to do is switch the mode or the performance mode from balance to game. And that would allow us to maximize the system resources and focus everything on the game that you're playing. From here, you can also open up your YouTube and Facebook and other supported applications in a mini window. So in case you want to watch videos or if you want to chat with your friends, you will be able to do that while you're playing your game. We're now in game, and the first thing that we're going to do is tweak the graphics. We're going to set it to highest, visual effects to highest, as well as frame rate, which we're going to push to 60 FPS. Let's see how well it performs. So looking at the performance, there was a bit of stuttering. And what I'm going to do right now is head over to settings. I'm going to go to battery. And I'm going to make sure that performance mode is turned on, just to make sure that we have the best possible experience. Despite doing that, there is still some stuttering and jitters. So I'm gonna go and drop the performance mode down to high, or rather the graphics quality down to high. Frame rate is gonna stay at 60 FPS. And with the graphics quality on high, it's still not as smooth as I want it to be. So we're going to drop the graphics all the way down to lowest at 60 FPS. Yeah, okay, so much better. And I immediately saw an improvement in the smoothness of the game. So I've only been playing for about 5 minutes, but I can already feel the heat that the system is generating, radiating through the top of the screen as well as the backside of the HONOR X9c. So I just did a quick temperature check, and it seems that we're hitting 44 degrees Celsius at the back panel. Looking at the front panel, we seem to be hitting 46, almost 47 degrees. So this phone does get a little hot. We now move on to Mobile Legends. First, you can validate that the frame rate is set to ultra, graphics also set to ultra, and let us tweak the game manager. So it's already set to game mode. Let's go.
Double kill.
Alright, so far performance has been really good on the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 HONOR X9c with 12 gigs of memory. We're heading into our next game, which is PUBG Mobile. Let us quickly check the graphics. As you can see, it goes all the way to Ultra HDR graphics, Ultra frame rate. Extreme HDR is locked. Then into controls, advanced controls. Notice that it supports gyroscope. It's already set to on, and our audio is also set to Ultra. Let's jump. Let's check out the gyroscope responsiveness. So far, so good. Very responsive, although I'm noticing some jitters. Okay, some frame skipping happening here and there. Understandably, because this is a Snapdragon 6 Gen 1, which is a lower mid-tier chipset. And one of the cool things about the HONOR X9c is that it comes with dual stereo speakers. There's a speaker here at the bottom and a speaker here at the top. And if you bring the volume all the way up, you can see that it goes up to 300%, which is good for that additional loudness if you end up having to use your phone in a very noisy environment. And as I am running through the field, there are a few unwanted touches that are happening because of the curved screen. So that's one of the things that you might want to keep in mind.
I need consumables
When using this phone for games such as this. Alright, this is going to be our last game for this video. It's none other than Carx Street Racing. First, let us go to the graphic settings, and as you can see, I've already pushed it all the way to the upper limits. Let's see how well it runs on this phone. It's very slow, unplayable. So now we're gonna bring graphics all the way down. So we already brought the graphics all the way down to its lowest limit, but as you can see, it's still struggling. Frame rates aren't consistent, and the audio is cutting in and out. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but if you listen carefully, you can hear popping noises. And there, it's cutting in and out, which means that there's not enough power in the system for the game to be stable. So the audio cut out for like a second there. It could be because of all the particle effects that's happening with the winter edition of the game. Now that we've been gaming for about half an hour on the HONOR X9c, what just happened? The game just crashed. It seems that the surface or the screen portion is giving us 50 degrees Celsius, and I'm not sure why the game just crashed. Maybe it's because it ran out of resources. The back panel is running slightly cooler. We're getting around 48 degrees right about here. which is probably where the CPU and GPU are located. You might have noticed that we are using the Jade Cyan variant of the phone, which is the hero color, but the box is in purple. A good explanation would be that this is a non-retail unit. We got this directly from Honor, and the retail or final unit that will be hitting the shelves might have a box that matches the actual color of the phone that you will be getting inside. So with that being said, let's go ahead and check out some benchmarks. So the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 being a lower mid-range chipset, we're seeing that being reflected in the performance scores. In Antutu, we're hitting close to 600K, 592K, but look at the temperature differential. 10 degrees difference or 10-degree rise from its resting temperature of 33 degrees all the way up to 43 degrees Celsius. In Passmark, we're getting close to 13,000 points. And when it comes to storage read and write speeds, it's decent, 825 megabytes read and 781 megabytes per second write. Over to PC Mark, we're getting 8,162 points, which is the typical score that you'd expect from a mid-range device. The HONOR X9c packs a 6,600 mAh battery module. It uses silicon carbon technology, which allows you to have a slimmer profile. We're averaging around 12.5 hours with the phone running on Wi-Fi, which is nothing short of amazing. So far from what we're seeing, the HONOR X9c is really a lifestyle device. It is all about durability and style, and the chipset is the same as last year. So understandably, there's not a big change in gaming performance. In AAA titles like Genshin Impact, you may have to limit yourself to the lowest graphic settings. In PUBG, you might have to run that in medium, but in very well optimized games such as Mobile Legends, you can go all the way to ultra. Then there are titles which this phone is really not going to be able to play, such as Carx Street. So do you guys have any questions about the HONOR X9c? Drop them in the comment section. And for more videos like this, head over to YouTube, subscribe to us on Tech Kuya, and we'll see you guys there.